Okay, welcome everybody to tonight's webinar. So we can just do a quick sound check. That'd be great. How am I sounding? Hopefully a bit better than last week with my flu and cold and all those horrible things. Cool. Okay. So now that we've done the sound check, we'll just go straight into it. Okay. So I've clicked record tonight, so I'm recording it. Okay. So there will be a link for the copy of it. Okay. So unless somebody's unless somebody's got a trade that we can look at straight away that's presenting on their currency pair. If not, we'll just go through what's occurring now. Okay, so once again, multi-chart screen. Okay, so just to make sure that we've got the latest, I'm just going to move the 30 and shift time frames, go down to a 15 and come back to 30 just to make sure to force the template to calculate all the calculations again. And then I press refresh just to make sure that the latest information is displayed. Okay, so I'll do it for the rest. As we can see, a lot of pink, yeah, red, etc. So let's just quickly do that. Okay, so just shift time frames, refresh. So just really. Okay, so okay, so that's done. The 5 minutes 81, I didn't actually refresh yet. Okay, so once I've done that, we'll. Okay, back to 5 minutes. Okay. And just to make sure that all the latest lines are there. Okay, so that's the standard AFPH assessor, 10th of June. Yep. And for those that do the 8-hour report, that's the 8-hour report ones, okay? Now, the chart or template works with your PDF handout. Okay, so I'll just go to PDF. So you just now going to go to the PDF. Okay, so I'm sure you've heard it before from me. You can either trading can be hard or can be easy. Okay, so with the template that you've got, basically I've minimized it to a minimum criteria for a buy of those 4 items. You can have this printed out. Okay, alert comes when the vertical line on the previous candle, you get an alert, current, and then you just look at the chart and you see these 4 items are there. If they are, it's confirmed. You know, that either is or it isn't. And those things are there. Step 2 says criteria has been met, place trade. Yep. And the template has a TPSL. So when you place the trade, it'll put a stop loss and take profit as a default for you. So you can go straight to step 3, which is to mark out the vertical lines, which is marked by the vertical candle. Yep, they're the 3 steps. After you've done that and you've adjusted the default stop levels done by your TPSL EA, and you've drawn your horizontal lines as per the trade management suggest, and you've done all that and dragged it to where they should be, you take a screenshot. That's it. After the 3rd step, the 4th step is the trade's in. You've done everything you're supposed to and put the trade management lines in. You take a screenshot. That's it. Repeatable every time. So bearing this in mind, we're going to go and mark out the minimum criteria for a red vertical line. Yep. So just so that we're all on the same page. I'm going back to the screen. Yep. So we've got quite a few choices. Okay, this is the most recent. The 5 minute. Okay. So we've got a vertical line here. The first one for this movement down is this one. Okay. So those 4 steps, when you get a vertical line, basically where I put the yellow line, at that point when this candle opens is when you get the alert. And you're looking basically at the vertical line where the special candle is, and window 3 and 4 have to be pink for a sell. You haven't got that, it's not confirmed. Yeah. The next part of that criteria says, is there a current high diamond? Okay, you can see it there. It says, is the orange line above a dotted yellow or pink center line? Okay, so 1 is the diamond. 1 criteria has to have a vertical line, red vertical line. Another one, orange line has to be above a dotted yellow or center line, and windows 3 and 4 have to be pink. Okay, so there's no gray area. And for trading, you need pieces like that that just says, yes, there's a trade, no, there isn't a trade. Otherwise, you're thinking then, umming, ahhing, etc. Okay, and the reason we do that is once it's confirmed that there's a trade, we place a trade. Okay. And then once we've placed the trade, we mark out the horizontal line, on the specially marked candle. Okay. So we put one at the open line. At the open of the candle. And the 5 minute, the default is 20 pips or channel. Here's a channel, and the channel is only nearly 5 pips away. So 20 pips is up here. And 1 for 1, 20 pips down is where the price part is. So 20 pips up, 20 pips down, 1 at the channel line, and really 1 at the river. Okay, we can see that they're all pretty much around the same spot. Okay, so our 1 for 1's down here. And our 2 for 1's there. Okay, so these are what we call our trade management lines. Yes. So that tells us where the range of where the price is going to go. We expect it, if it's confirmed, that it's going to get to the riverbank, because it wants to get from one side to the other side. Okay, so confirmed line says there's enough momentum there. So it's either going to go and show us a diamond, and if it hasn't showed us diamond, that means there's still more pips to go. Yeah. So at this stage, you wouldn't have got a diamond, and it's hit your 1 for 1, which is the second line. Okay. So it would have taken you out. Yep. Now, if a diamond came before that, then we close the trade. So the rules are pretty straightforward and simple. We don't have to think a lot about it. You have that PDF printed next to you. And visually, it makes it easier for you to put a vertical line next to on the candle that the alert comes, so you can see the adjacent one, which is the red line, is there. And if confirmation is actually done on the specially marked candle where my crosshair is on. Yeah. So we look down from there all the way down, and our eyes can go along that and check it. So at first, putting all these lines might take you a while, but after a while, with doing it many times, it's easy. And you can see price action is easily achieve those, channel line, the Riverbank, and the 1 for 1. Okay. And then price still wants to go up. What we find is a lot of times it needs to come back to at least the center or back inside the river, and it'll push back down. Okay, but our main part is we've mapped it out, and it does the framework of where price. Okay, so in this area, if we keep it that simple, it's very easy to see our trades and to not be paralyzed or overanalyze any more than you need to. Okay, so although, as you can see, just in the 5 minutes, there's a number of areas where price action and alerts came. And the reason we want the alerts or the vertical lines is that the vertical line tells us which candle that we do all our framework from. Okay, so last week I did show you the strategy tester. Yeah. Okay, so just to show you, price doesn't, when it gets to the extremes or the riverbanks, it will want to go and come back in, and it goes from one side to the other. Okay, and you can see that our orange timing line doesn't, once it's in the past, once it's there, it's there. So we can actually see that it was quite correct in identifying when price was in the sell zone, when price in the buy zone to help us in. Okay, over here you can see price bouncing off the riverbank, going back to center. Okay. Now I'm going to stop this there. Now you've got no vertical line to say which is a special candle that you should mark all your trade lines. So if you're looking at all that, it's easier to see now that there was a trade there. Yeah. But at the time, you had no vertical candle to say, hey, check out to see if this is a buy setup or a sell setup. And this is the candle. Okay, out of all these candles, you would have to make the decision which is the candle that I want to measure everything with. Okay, so the benefit of vertical line is actually says, hey, there's something here, confirm it. And once you've confirmed it, you can use me, this candle, as the one to mark out all your trade management lines, so you know you've take profit is, where your profit points are, and where your stop level is. Okay, so it brings all this together. It brings the criteria together. It gives meaning to it. It identifies a candle that you can use to do all your working out. Yep. Okay, so okay, so as you can see over here, and then the ones just pass. Okay, so we're not looking for every candle or every trade. We're looking for a trade that wants to at least get to the outer riverbank, a trade that basically we have all the information we need so we can feel comfortable about knowing that we're going to get a profit. Okay, we don't want to have any guesswork. Yep. So let me just move those out. Because, I like using vertical lines and horizontal lines to mark it up because I don't have to go and remember which. Now we do have many things that we can see straight off. Okay, like when it's confirmed, that vertical line, they would like to get to the river bank, and you can see it's hit it well and truly. Yeah. So visually, our river and our other lines, like the channel lines, are already there to go and give us some profit points that we want to go to and our stop level. So, and on top of that, you can see we have our support and resistance bands. Yeah, support band, resistance band. Yeah, support, these two below, resistance up there, and our daily pivot, which is called the balance point. Okay, these all taken, and this indicator basically looks at the high and low and close of Friday. Okay, the highest point, the lowest point, and the close. It adds them up, divides it by 3, and it works out pivot point, and then there's a calculation that uses the Fibonacci's to go and draw support and resistance. And you can see prices are attracted to those, came down, then came back up to it, and then, okay, remember we said price wants to go down, wants to come up, come back down, and it's gone to the lower support. Okay, so these lines also help us, and our channel lines and our riverbank all give you visual destinations that you don't have to do any work. And if you have a confirmed vertical line, then all the information you have there, and your horizontal lines, when they land on these lines, are just further conviction of the attraction of price to achieving that. Okay, so, and it doesn't matter which chart we go on, we treat it exactly the same. Yep. Confirmed line, once again, $30 pips, defaults 50 pips, 30 minutes, 50 pips. Okay, 50 pips is down here. So obviously achieved that. The riverbank achieved that. Okay, so once again, the defaults, when you put your trade management lines and confirm vertical lines, you can see 3 and 4 pink, 3 and 4 pink. Okay, so it's not really a lot you have to do for it, because by the time the indicator draws it, it's already assessed that these things are present. We just need to go and confirm it, and once it's confirmed, our job's to do the next bit. Yeah, so we can make it difficult and add things to it, but when we add things, we add gray areas. Okay, so let's just go back to the things that you should be paying attention to. which is there. Okay, you've got an alert, candle's been identified and marked by vertical line. We assess it. How do we assess it? Well, there's a minimum criteria. If that's there, we place a trade. Step 2, once we've done that, go to step 3. Okay, if we do any more than that, we're doing something, adding emotions and causing ourselves to think when price action is already dictated by its data, its raw data that's being calculated and processed by the indicator and the software, and displaying what you need to go and work on. Okay, so any questions pretty much just about those things? Okay, if you're doing any more than that, you're doing too much. And if you need to massage it, that means you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing. Okay, that means you want to have something and the market's saying not yet. Okay, great. So, okay, so that's, and yes, nothing stops you from saying, okay, I want to spend, a bit of time in front of the screen, and alert comes, etc. But the whole thing is, you stay there aimlessly, waiting for a vertical line, you're going to get bored, and you think, I'm putting so much time into it, and then you want to go and get into a trade that hasn't been supported. So, main reason I created the alerts is that you can walk away from the computer, you get a push notification to your phone, or you can turn up the volume on your laptop so it makes a noise so you can hear it from another part of the house, and then come and look. Okay, so when a vertical line comes up or a extreme diamond comes up, usually at those points, price action is ready to do something, and the best time that you see and get confirmation is when price action is ready to do something. Otherwise, you're sitting around when it's doing stuff like this, okay? And you can't get in, and you get frustrated and do a lot of yucky stuff, okay? So even here, when it's going sideways, if there's a vertical line, at least it's just momentum starting to appear now, and it gives you a framework, it's something to do. But if you didn't have that vertical line and you had all these little candles going sideways, it would be quite frustrating. Okay, because then you have to say, oh, which candle can I market, which open price, etc. No framework. Okay, so if you follow the rules and the template and the process, this is basically as hard as it gets. So let's see, M30 did one, gave an opportunity then. Simultaneously, the 5-minute chart was working to give you opportunity, give you alerts there. The 15-minute gave 2 alerts. Okay, the 1 hour didn't give any alerts, but the 1 hour is supporting downward movement. Okay, so a lot of times the chart will still show momentum downwards, which supports and lets you know that your smaller time frames, if there's still momentum pushing the 1 hour down, that you're to expect this sort of opportunities, yeah? And seeing that your 1 hour has got sell momentum and you've got a confirmed vertical line, it just means your target's going to be hit a lot quicker, or your, all right, so now these vertical lines are basically cherry picking the best trades of a business in a briefcase template. Okay, so just to go and show you all the work that you're missing out on, because the business in a briefcase has 16 questions. Okay. Okay, so here's business in a briefcase. And on the assessor, there's 16 questions that asks you all lots of things like, you know, where's the white trend line in relationship to the riverbank, etc., greedy line, etc. So histogram above or below and that. Now, in your assessor, windows 3 and 4, the shading, they both have to be red. So if that's there, you go to vertical line, price orange timing line above dotted yellow or pink center line, a current high. So you can see your vertical line basically cherry picks, and that vertical line is virtually your window 3 of business in the briefcase here. Okay, window 1's up here, window 2, window 3, window 4 and 5. Window 4 and 5 in business in the briefcase is window 3 and 4 of your AFPH assessor. Okay, so window 3 in business in a briefcase is 5 questions, and of all those 5 questions answered yes, it yields 75 points towards that assessment. Okay, and if both shadings in windows 4 and 5 are red, gives you another 24 points. So that's 99 points. You only need 76. And the assessor, okay, the assessor also subtracts if things aren't in the right place and that. So you can see when a vertical line comes up, it basically would have been a yes business and briefcase. And you didn't have to go and answer all the questions in business in the briefcase because that vertical line being confirmed already says you have 75 points. Both shadings having red says you got another 24 points, as you can see. This is shortcutting and saying, okay, I just want the cream of all the business and briefcase trades. How do I get it? And how easy can it be? And what's the least amount of work or questions do I need to answer to fulfill that criteria so I can enter the trade? And you have AFPH template. Yep. Okay. Minus all the additional shading in window 1, minus the white trend line, minus the orange line, etc. Because the red vertical line got enough momentum, we expect it targets. That's what trading is. Where's a good place to enter? Do I know where my stop loss is going to be? Do I know where my push profit points are? Yep. Where do I measure this all off? Okay, so let's put our AFPH back on. So how does that sound? Okay. So as you can see, I even, with that, in your minimum criteria, I don't ask you, because it's minimum, I don't really need to factor in Windows 2 and 5. I haven't asked you any questions there, have I? Basically, is minimum criteria, isn't it? Window 3 and 4, got to be the same shading pink for a sell. I need a vertical line. I need current high. Orange line has to be above, not a yellow or pink. Okay, so you can put your hands up if you like it harder than that. Otherwise, stick with the goodies. Okay, so I can see some things in the chat. Okay, oh no. Okay, so the main thing is to go and, so you know where the reason why AFPH Assessor that works the way it does and why it does work, and that really all it is that the software is doing all the work, and when these things are present and you've confirmed it, basically you've confirmed a premium trade from business in a briefcase, and the template's done the work for you. I would argue having to answer all those 16 questions, and it's been reduced really to 4 questions, hasn't it? Okay. For jumping diamonds, you have to use the online assessor, and the online assessor will actually use Windows 3 and 4. Okay, so any trade outside of a standard minimum criteria trade will require the online assessor. Okay, if you're just going to go and do confirmed vertical lines that have gone to the highest diamond or lowest diamond, you know. So this is a completed trade, and anything apart from once that we've got to this low would be considered a jumping diamond, which means you would have to go and use online assessor. Okay, these trades where we've got a confirmed high diamond and hasn't reached its minimum profit points is uncompleted trade that's waiting completion. Completion is that. And they're straightforward trades where you just need to have minimum criteria. Okay, so we've probably got about 4 minutes before the 40 minutes is up. So please, if there's anything I need to clarify, but the 3 steps on that PDF pretty much with the default list of for the currency you're trading, so you know what your 5-minute default stop loss is, and which allows you to go and use new share. Okay, so to do this, there won't be any confusion, and yeah, just keep it simple, uncomplicated, follow the process, and screenshots. Thank you, and hopefully you got what you need from this webinar, and as usual, got a question, just screenshot posted. I can answer so everybody can benefit from that answer, and there's no dumb questions. No use guessing. It's just easier to ask me or to ask the community, you know. So you have access to any amount of mouths or any amount of eyes and ears that will have that experience of screen time. So take care and enjoy the templates, and I'll see you guys next week, or talk to you guys next week. Have a great week. Bye.